Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the keys to success that have been given to Terence Crawford by Shawn Porter to beat Errol the Truth Spence Jr. But before we do that, make sure to punch that like and subscribe button to help support the channel. So, I watched the podcast, the Shawn Porter podcast today, and on there, you can go look at my shorts. I put a clip up of Shawn Porter saying how Terence Crawford can beat Errol the Truth Spence Jr. Now, this is the first time that I've heard anybody just kind of lay out how Terence Crawford can beat Errol Spence Jr. But I don't even know if he's saying, that this is going to technically help you to beat him, but these are what you need to do. So let's run down a list of some things he said. He said he's going to have to move his feet and punch in between his punches. So he's going to have to be able to move his feet and counter punch it. Does Terence Crawford have the ability to do that? Yes, he does have the ability to do that. Then he's going to have to make sure he's hitting him, as soon as he's throwing his punches. As soon as he opens up, he's going to have to make sure he let his hands go so that he can get his licks in. Because just like Ant stated in the video, Errol has great defense. He has great defense. A lot of people are like, he get hit a lot. And I used to think that too until I realized he's blocking a lot of punches and he's rolling with a lot of punches. So he's not getting hit as much as we think. So then Shawn proceeds to say that he needs to keep turning him and keeping him off balance. And so he needs to punch in between his punches. He needs to keep turning them to keep him off balance and make sure he's getting those shots off, because Errol Spence does have good defense and he really does keep his hands up. So then I thought this was funny in the video because Shawn Porter, before the video starts, he's like, okay, yeah, he's going to have to move his feet. He's going to have to do this. And then he's like, this is what I did to beat Errol Spence. Shawn, you didn't beat Errol? What do you mean this is what you did to beat Errol Spence? You felt like you beat him? I don't know, maybe because you didn't get knocked out, because you made it all 12. You felt like you beat Errol Spence, but you didn't beat Errol Spence. So you mean this is how you hit Errol Spence? This is how you was able to land shots on Errol Spence, but you didn't beat Errol Spence. But back to what I was saying. So basically he's saying Terence Crawford is going to have to come out, move around, spinning, turning, landing shots in between Errol shots. And he didn't even really mention about his defense. I guess he's saying his defense will have to be the continuous moving and the continuous spinning. Because he said when he wasn't punching, he was spinning and moving. When he wasn't punching, he was spinning and moving. So, my 2 cents about that. And be sure to let me know and drop it below y'all 2 cents about what I'm saying. If you agree with Shawn, if you disagree with Shawn, if you want to add some things to what Shawn said in order for him to win, drop it below and let me know your 2 cents. Can Terence Crawford pivot and move around? Yes, he can. But he doesn't move like he used to. Can Terence Crawford punch in between Errol Spence's punches? Yes, he can. But Terence Crawford throws a lot of wild looping punches. Can he continue turning and pivoting? Yes, he can. Now, can he do all of those things is not the question. The question to ask is, can he do all of those things for 12 rounds without taking a lot of punishment and a lot of damage? So, just to clarify my thinking, this is what I believe Shawn was saying. In order for Terence Crawford to beat Errol, he needs to be able to counterpunch, punch in between his punches, and continuously be moving his feet. So either he's punching or he's moving. That's how Terence Crawford is going to have to win this fight. Either he's punching or he's moving, according to Shawn Porter. But just to give my 2 cents, I think that's a good game plan. I don't think he'll be able to do it 12 rounds. And I think he'll get caught early in the fight trying to punch in between those shots and getting caught up and not moving his feet. But that's just my 2 cents. That's what I think. But I feel like that's a good game plan. That's one of the first game plans I've really heard. Like, somebody just really kind of lay it out. But they've been giving Terence Crawford tips and tricks over the internet the last 2 weeks. And they also been giving Spence, quote-unquote, advice, but not really, telling him to do the exact opposite of what he should do. So, I don't know what that's about. But drop your 2 cents below and let me know what you think about what Shawn Porter said. Punching in between his punches, moving your feet, pivoting and spinning them. And I don't know. This is what Shawn said he did to beat Errol. Because this pivoting and turning is to get him off balance. To get Spence off balance. So that you'll be able to, maybe possibly land a hard shot. Another question is, what happens if Errol can just really take Crawford's power and it doesn't have the effect that we think it have? And I seen that picture of Crawford. He looks awesome. He looks excellent. He looks great. But I'm wondering if all of that muscle is going to hinder his endurance. So that would knock all that moving and pivoting you got to do out the window. So I don't know if you coming in relying more so on your power than your endurance. But that muscle, especially when you pack on a lot of muscle in a short period of time and you haven't had the time to condition with it, you haven't had the time to stretch and get the flexibility and mobility that you need with it, it can have an adverse effect on you, especially in something like a fight where conditioning is going to play a big role. But that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. I'm not an expert on nothing. I'm just giving my opinion. But what I want you to do now is let me know and drop it below. Is this a good game plan from Shawn Porter? Do you agree or disagree? And what about all that muscle Terence Crawford putting in? But I'm gonna make another. That's another video. But what I want you guys to do, I want you to let me know and drop it below what you think. I can't wait to have this conversation. So let me know about what you think by dropping your 2 cents below about what Shawn Porter said and the game plan. Be sure to help support the channel by punching that like and subscribe button. And follow me on 2 Cents Boxing on IG and at 2 Cents 20 on Twitter. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video. And if you want to keep the conversation going, go ahead and click that video that YouTube is suggesting you to watch because they know you're going to like it. Or you can go ahead and start watching my Elephant in the Room series. There's a bunch of episodes on there. I know you're going to like those too. I'm Jay. Stay tuned. Peace.